YouTube, what is up? Y'all already know who it is, man. It's DTV, and I'm back with another banger. And today, we're gonna be checking out 50 Cent's Son Is a Bum. Y'all ready for this one? Let's run it, baby. Let's get it. Let's go.
So growing up, 50 Cent was one of, if not my favorite rapper. Everything about him, from the actual music to the persona and even the story behind his name, all drove me to his music. He was this Iron Man type of figure that had been shot 9 times and lived to rap the tale, calling out literally everyone and anyone on his way to prominence with his very unique marketing skills.
A good shot changed me.
Yo, the way this brother came into the game was wild, bro. I don't think there's been a debut in the hip-hop game as powerful as 50 Cent's debut. You know what I'm saying? Because this brother came through like a storm, bro. Like, he took over the rap game. Get Rich or Die Trying, come on. Y'all know what, yo, if you're a hip-hop head, you know what it was like when Get Rich or Die Trying dropped. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep going.
His way to prominence with his very unique marketing skills.
A good shot changed me a lot. I don't care about shit no more. Well, you can say I'm worse, because I really don't give a fuck. Now it's more like I know that I'm not in control of everything. You know, if you believe in God, you believe God got a plan for you.
It was almost like...
That was off of the Beef DVD series, which was dope as hell, bro. Like, I watched the entire series when I was in high school, man. They were on DVD. Some people got them illegally, you know what I'm saying? But it was a dope hip hop documentary where they covered all types of like rap beefs. It was dope, man. It was definitely dope.
You know, if you believe in God, you believe God got a plan for you.
It was almost like a hood fairy tale. And back then, rappers were like these bigger-than-life characters, so it was really a perfect storm for success. Kids today...
I don't think it's like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like in the early 2000s, right? During the 50 Cent, 2003, 2002, you know what I'm saying? During that era, bro, I feel like rappers back then were how WWF superstars were, right? Like the Hulk Hogan's, the Ultimate Warriors, like what's his brother's name right here, man? Jamari. Like Jamari said literally just now, bigger than life. You know what I'm saying? They were like icons, bro.
Like these bigger-than-life characters, so it was really a perfect storm for success. Kids today will never understand how big of an artist 50, or really any of these other guys, were back in the early 2000s.
As a fact.
Any rapper now pales in comparison to the superstardom they had at their peak. And even though other rappers like Kanye West, Jay-Z, and Eminem have stayed relevant longer when it comes to their current music, 50 was still arguably the most popular at his peak.
The only comfort zone I have is that where I come from and people's judgment on me is already that I'm a bad guy.
Why did you call it the massacre? I think it's aggressive enough. I think that it's going to be hard for my fellow artists to survive.
You predicting that once this album drops, you're going to knock all your competitors off the charts, out of the game?
They'll see more damage done than they've ever seen before.
Damn.
But once he had enough of being 50, he really wanted to focus on being Curtis Jackson, the businessman. And for the last decade and a half, that's been his main focus. The once rapper built himself into an award-winning producer with his show Power, a 2-time best-selling author with his books The 50th Law and Hustle Harder, which is basically his personal story. I've read both of these books and I find them extremely inspiring. Curtis Jackson is also an affluent investor in many companies, while also remaining a savage online.
This is a special ASLELS challenge for you, Floyd. If you can read 1 full page of a Harry Potter book, nigga, I'll give $750,000 to whatever charitable organization you want to. Fuck the bucket of ice, man.
So you would think...
Yo, that 50th Floyd beef was legendary, bro. Trolling so hard, you know what I'm saying? That was like the golden era of social media, to be honest with you, bro. That time period, you know what I mean?
He would live in this dream world after accomplishing all of his dreams. But the thing about sitting at the top is that it can become a very lonely experience. This man is clearly a cutthroat, no bullshit businessman who seems to do anything to get what he wants.
This brother right here, man, 50 took advantage of the opportunity that he had. You know what I'm saying? He milked it all the way. He went from being a rapper to being a mogul, bro. Not a lot of rappers have done that. There's only been a few that have been able to do that. You know what I'm saying? 50 being one of them.
And so after a couple of months of following you around, I decided that the secret to your success, your power center of gravity, is your fearlessness. So in any kind of situation where you're interacting with people, you're the one that has less fear than they do. And that gives you like a constant strategic advantage.
But what happens when it's your own flesh and blood you have to cut off? What happens when you have an ungrateful son who never felt like you were there for him, whether that be physically, mentally, or financially? Well, in that case, you would have 50 Cent's son, Marquise Jackson.
If I'm a $1 million nigga, yeah, my son gonna be $1 million nigga. I'm a $1 billion nigga. My son gonna be $1 billion nigga. Because that's my
okay.
And people have known these two have had a turbulent relationship for quite some time, as Marquise is not shy to the media when it comes to taking shots at his father, and 50 isn't exactly shy to respond. Basically, to sum it up, this man has daddy issues, and at the age of 25, it seems like it's just getting worse as he tries to navigate the world without the help of his father. He recently went on this interview and said some of the most privileged shit I've ever heard.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. Right. $6,700 a month, right?
Yo, he looks just like 50. That's crazy.
$600-700 a month in the state of New York City. You do the math.
Oh, I done the math. I've been in child support, bro. I went to jail for it.
That's like $80K.
Okay, cool. $6,700 a month, right?
$6,700 a month, right?
81K is not a substantial lot of money.
This
81K, bro. That's a lot of money. Yo, there's very few people in America that are making that money at their job. You know what I'm saying? 81K is a lot, bro. 81K is a lot. And you don't have to stay in New York either. You feel me? You can move to a different state, bro. Like 50 did it himself. He moved down to Texas for the tax benefits. You know what I'm saying? The cost of living down there, the cost of running a business down there is a lot cheaper than it is up here on the East Coast.
This man was really out here crying about only personally receiving $6,900 a month for himself and himself only. And this was apparently only half of the child support that 50 was paying him and his mother. These people were out here collecting over $160,000 a year, more than most people in this country could ever dream of making.
Right.
And this man is out here acting like he was struggling in the streets, begging to hold a dollar. Acting like his dad is Julius from Everybody Hates Chris.
And if he's contributing $6,700, that means your mom's got the other half.
Right.
It ain't just for him to take care of you. She got to take care of you. $700. Where's her $6,700 to go with his? Now y'all got $1,200, $1,300. Now $13,000 a month.
I know what it feels like to have nothing. All right. And I had to rebuild my life over with $6,700 a month.
Marquise, I know you feel like that ain't a lot of money, but it's a lot of people here watching right now. Girls that's getting $200 a month.
If I told you right now, right, you got to start your life over right now with $6,700 a month and rebuild your life.
Yes.
Can you do it?
Absolutely.
With $6,700, I can. $6,700?
Absolutely, bro. $6,700? So, yo, this kid is he's delusional, bro. Holy crap.
I'm good.
That's what I'm saying.
Nigga. Right.
Yes.
I jumped out of a burning house, brother. I had nothing.
Okay.
And I know that many celebrities...
What does that have to do with the $6,700 a month?
Celebrities and rich elite people probably have insufferable children. But it doesn't have to be like this. In 50 Cent's book I mentioned earlier, he goes into detail when it comes to the strain in their relationship, and how at its core it has a lot to do with the mother and how she raised their son. 50 claims that she raised Marquise in a way that made him very spoiled and entitled, basically thinking that he deserves everything to come easy to him in life on a silver spoon, and that he should not have to work hard for absolutely anything.
Wow.
Like many kids from his generation, Marquise has always been into sneakers. Because he's my son, he couldn't just rock any old sneakers either.
Right.
If a new pair of Jordans came out, he had to have them right away. If Marquise asked for a pair of Jordans on Monday, his mother would make sure they were on his feet by Tuesday. It still didn't make him happy. Instead of being excited to rock his new pair of Jordans, all Marquise could think about was all of the retro Jordans he didn't have, when he should have felt gratification All he really felt was disappointment. I could not relate.
Now tell right, that's the difference though, man, cause 50 literally grew up in the hood and had to figure out how to make it happen, bro. Like, homie was hustling. You feel me? He was hustling in the streets. As with Marquise, you know what I'm saying? He's getting $6,700 a month, bro. That's a given. That's guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? Yo, think about it, right? $6,700 a month plus a job, bro. A job plus the income that your mother's bringing in. Come on, bro. You should be living good. You should be living beyond good with that, bro. It's wild, bro. The entitlement is crazy here.
All he really felt was disappointment. I could not relate.
Now tell him how you told my son to call me and tell me he need 50 pairs of sneakers for back to school.
50?
I did not say that.
You said he said somebody else got a whole bunch of pairs of sneakers.
He said a boy in his class started on him and said he has 50 pairs of sneakers. And Marquise said, how the hell does he have 50 pairs of sneakers? And his father's a lawyer, my dad's on the Forbes list.
Yeah, then why you didn't be a responsible parent and say,
hold on, I'm mad she laughs on the phone like it's funny, like it's cool.
Dad's on the Forbes list.
Yeah, then why you didn't
was that somebody in the studio that laughed?
Be a responsible parent and say, look, you don't need 50 pairs of shoes.
20 pairs? So at that point, you gassing little kid up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gassing little homie up. Yo, that's crazy, bro. So he's entitled because of how his mother raised him. Because of the ideas that she put in his head. She ruined that relationship just based off of this right here. You know, I could be wrong. I'm just, that's my takeaway from this interaction right there.
20, that's responsible.
20 pairs of sneakers.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Wow.
So basically, he has the exact opposite mindset of his father.
And she's dead serious too, bro. She said, what's wrong with that?
So basically, he has the exact opposite mindset of his father when it comes to work ethic and the appreciation for life.
There have been a lot of disappointing moments in my relationship with Marquise over the past few years. But the lowest was when I saw him post a picture of himself with Kyle McCriff.
I remember this, bro. I remember this. But I'm gonna let him speak on it. You feel me?
The son of Kenneth Supreme McGriff. Without rehashing too much bad history, Kenneth McGriff was one of the biggest drug dealers in Queens.
That's Supreme.
And the man the authorities believe was behind the attempt on my life.
Right.
So by posing with his son, Marquise was basically co-signing the individual who might have tried to have his father killed.
I mean, when your kid is out,
what do you do at that point? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you react to that? How do you handle that as a father? You know what I'm saying? Like, this kid is obviously doing that to piss you off. He's posing with the son of the man that put out a hit on you. Do you forgive that? Or is the relationship over then and there? You know what I'm saying? Because like this isn't a game. Like, this is real life-ish right here. 50 could have lost his life. You feel me? And here he is posing with the ops, posing with the enemy. That's wild, man.
Here posing with the son of the man who tried to end your life. That's how you know he means war.
Right.
50 says this is when he truly realized that his son really hates him. One of the very few things that has bothered him in his life.
I've tried to put myself in Marquise's shoes. Just as he doesn't know what it's like to grow up under the circumstances I did, I don't know what it was like to grow up as the son of 50 Cent. Certainly on the surface, he had everything he wanted.
Right.
But there must have been pressures and insecurities from being my son that I can't identify with.
In the very same book, he also details a story where he talks about trying to really make amends and help his son make something of himself when he basically funded the startup cost and inventory for an online sneaker shop. 50's idea was to sell shoes online in a direct-to-consumer fashion. His son would manage the website and get someone else to keep track of the inventory and sales. Keep in mind, this was back in the mid-2010s, right before sneaker resale really boomed into the multi-billion-dollar industry that it is today. You know, this was long before the StockX of the world really got it poppin'. Also, keep in mind that his son was passionate about sneakers, so it was really a win-win, as he would get to do something that he liked while learning business as well. Well, after months of seemingly not responding to this opportunity, 50's son screwed this all up and instead listened to his mom, using the money to open a boutique in Atlanta. And while this did piss 50 Cent off because he wanted his son to do this on his own, you know, not with the help of his mom, he still supported this vision, which ultimately failed due to his laziness.
Sure, Marquise never following up.
That's crazy, man. And that's the bad part when you just hand something over to your kids. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't earn it. They didn't work for it. So to them, it's just like disposable. You know what I'm saying? Like disposable income. Like, oh, I can get some more. Dad got it or mom got it. You know what I'm saying?
On the sneakers might seem like a small thing. The type of irresponsibility and lack of initiative teenagers and young adults display all the time. But it was a huge disappointment to me. Forget about being able to afford his personal sneaker collection. That online store could have ended up making us both a killing.
Right.
We had that conversation years ago. Since then, online sneaker sites have become incredibly lucrative. GOAT.com is valued at $550 million, while StockX.com has $1 billion valuation.
The whole thing really just goes to show.
God, son. He could have, yo, Marquise and 50 could have had a piece of that pie, bro. Because it sounds like they were on it in the early days before it became a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like low-key pioneering that market. You feel me? Yo, that's crazy.
Show me that sometimes someone's success is also someone else's downfall.
Right.
I used to.
Oh, wow.
You ask yourself how long, a complicated question would say, how long can you love something that don't love you back? And in this experience, you look and you say, I didn't think success would cost me my firstborn, but it's the situation. It's like my grandfather would say, it rattled like a snake. If it slithered like a snake, is it a snake or do you need to be bit?
And it really is sad. You know, these two.
Yeah, that's some real shit right there, bro. Like, it's sad, man. It's sad, bro. Like, that's your son. That's your father. And money came in between y'all. You feel me?
Two are truly enemies. They have taken shots back and forth at each other over the years. I think the son, though, is truly delusional and as entitled as they come. It does just go to show me how important your parents are and the things they allow you to do and get away with throughout your childhood. I just think that this guy seriously needs to get hit with a heavy dose of reality. Go make his ass work for $7.25 flipping burgers, and let's hear what he has to say about that $80K a year at 16 years old.
Right.
I'm talking about that pre-inflation $80K, my people. That's like $120K today. Either way, I do want to know what you guys think about this relationship. As always, I also want to thank you guys for dropping a like on today's video and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other rapper feuds out here need to be covered, so I'm out.
Yo, peace. shout out to Jamari. This was a dope video. It was put together very, very well. You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys got something out of it. But yo, I'm gonna end this video right here. If you made it to the very end, you the real MVP, baby. No cap. If you enjoyed this video, y'all know what to do. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, gang. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Peace.